Melissa here, and I just wanted to share these three stories with you. These are three things that just happened that I think just prove that we are sliding right down the water slide into the most insane idiocracy society that has ever happened. And if you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, I recommend you go watch it because we're living in it right now. So I wrote this story this morning, and it was supposed to just be a regular article for the Daily Sheeple, but then it turned into a full-on rant because I can't believe this happened. I mean, I can believe it, but at the same time, really? Really? So what happened was this mother was called in to her son's elementary school. She has an autistic son because he was having an emotional episode. And so the school called her up. They said, you need to come down here. Your son's very distraught. And so she came on down and they buzzed her right in. And let me just tell you, I've worked in special education. When a parent has a child with special needs, they work very closely with the school. These parents are well-known figures to the school. There's a whole law under Section 504, free and appropriate public education laws, have to do with students with disabilities, and these parents have to work very closely with the schools. So this was not some mother that they didn't know who she was, and she was so concerned with her son that she rushed right past the office and right to her son's classroom to console him. Okay? Because if your son has an emotional problem, has an autistic issue, and they call you as a parent, you're going to rush down there to your kid right away. They don't just call for any old reason, okay? So she rushed in there, forgot to sign their little visitor's log, so they called the police on her and had her arrested for trespassing. That's what happened, okay? So, and look at this lady too. See that look on her face? Yeah, that's the look on my face when I was reading it. Because obviously there's no logic or common sense here. And they've got the lady recounting that the principal said, oh no, I've already called the police. Because she said, just bring the book, I'll sign it. And the principal's like, oh no, I've already called the police. I'm sure she did. Because she's obviously on some power trip where rules are laws and protocols are laws, not just laws are laws. And she's going to get off on her little power trip calling the cops for whatever I get, because it's an unauthorized entry into the school, right? And so, of course, the cops came, they arrested this woman for trespassing, they locked down the school, because we have to scare the hell out of the kids as well. And for point of fact, this woman had just been at the school the day before. So they knew her. You know what I'm saying? She was not a stranger. She was not some guy with a gun, whatever. But still, they called the cops on her. 4 officers came and pulled this woman away from her son and arrested her for trespassing right in front of her kid. And you know what the punchline to this whole story is for this school and for reality? Is they called the mother in the first place because the kid was emotionally distraught. So did they think that having his mother arrested and ripped away from him while she's consoling him is going to make him less emotionally distraught? What the hell is wrong with these people? And this is a school. These are the people that are supposed to have the smarts, the education, the common sense to inform our children and educate them for the future. But this is the kind of stuff that's going on, okay? So there's that. Then there's this. Before Michelle Obama's new labels, quote, all you could do was scratch your head confused and bewildered at the grocery store. And this is my friend Daisy over at the Organic Prepper. And I don't know if you guys have seen this lately, and I think she's got a picture. Yeah, she does. It's in this video. Check out this nutrition label behind Michelle Obama. This is the new label that she's working on having put on the food. You know how they can't label GMO because, they'll have to change all the labels. It'll cost so much money for them to change labels, right? But they're going to go ahead and change it so they can put the calories in these giant numbers here. In case, you couldn't read them before. Now they're going to make them really big, right? They're going to make the servings per container bigger. And they're going to have a line for added sugar. So that's how they're going to change it. And there's this whole speech. You can listen to her. I can't stand it, so I'm not going to do it. But I'll read you part of it. Here's what Michelle Obama said about her new wonderful labels. So there you stood, alone in some aisle in a store, the clock ticking away at the precious little time remaining to complete your weekly grocery shopping, and all you could do was scratch your head, confused and bewildered, and wonder, is there too much sugar in this product? Is 50% of the daily allowance of riboflavin a good thing or a bad thing? And how on earth could this teeny little package contain 5 whole servings? Whatever. This is what this lady said. And she says, unless you have a thesaurus, a calculator, a microscope, or a degree in nutrition, you were out of luck. But now you can totally be fine because they've just made the calorie count bigger and told you how many servings is in the food and that there's added sugar, right? Because that's going to somehow magically fix our totally corrupt centralized food system that's filled with all kinds of bullshit. Because that's going to let you know if your food's been genetically modified, if it's filled with pesticides, if it's filled with endocrine disrupting petrochemicals, right? Because it's going to tell you about what all those 7-syllable words are at the bottom down there that you don't even know. And it takes you half an hour just to read a nutrition label. And then it takes you like 4 years to get a degree in chemistry before you can understand what the hell we're even eating in this country. But she's going to make the calorie counts bigger. You see? Because that will fix it. That's going to tell you what's causing you to get cancer, right? Well, how many calories is in something? Thank you, Michelle Obama. Then we've got this. And this is just, I almost have to laugh because if I don't, I will cry. Dianne Feinstein has been like the #1 leading proponent of any kind of government intrusion into our lives. I mean, any kind. She might as well just go into every congressional hearing just wearing a full-on NSA logo suit because she is so in love with the idea of us being completely enslaved by Big Brother. I mean, she is ridiculous. And now she's come out to say that she feels like her rights were violated because she's the head of that Senate Intelligence Committee. She's the chair of it. And the CIA may have spied on the Senate Intelligence Committee. And now she is shocked. Shocked, I say. She cannot believe that they would do such a thing. How dare they? It's like, are you kidding me? And right before this happened, because this just happened like last week or the week before, just a month before that, she was all over the Los Angeles Times once again for like the 9 billionth time defending the NSA and how awesome it is that they're recording all of our phone calls and spying on us in all the social networks and collecting every bit of metadata they can get their grubby little fingers on, okay? So she was all over that, and she's all over it all the time because she's all about it until it comes a little too close to home and the CIA starts doing it to her. Then she's like, whoa! Wait a minute now. That's my computer with my stuff. I thought I was special. I thought I was different, NSA. I thought I was different, CIA. I thought you loved me. Well, guess what? They don't love you. They don't love anyone, okay? This is just ridiculous. This is our government. This is our government. This is our government. This is our food system. And this is what's happening in our public schools, okay? If you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, you need to go watch it because my gosh. Or better yet, why not just go outside for an hour in a public place and hit record on a camera? Probably be about the same thing.